Hi there, my name is Andrew Watts, and my goal is to write a complete novel in only 30 days. What the hell am I doing? Hey there, everyone. Welcome to day 27, a very special global warming day 27 up here in the Northeast, or as they call it, an unseasonably warm day 27. My sweet girl Marlo and I just wanted to report that I haven't written yet, neither has she. So we're going to jump on it right now. I actually had an inspiration while I was at work. On the way home, I made outlines and stuff like that, getting ready to write. So hopefully, I'll know what the hell I'm doing, and maybe I'll come back on here and report a huge word count for this evening. Anyway, Marlo and I wish you goodbye. Enough already. This isn't the Westminster Kennel Show. Anyway, talk to you later. Bye. Hey there, it's Andrew. Welcome back. This is part 2 of day 27. I just wanted to record this because I don't know. I just was freaking on fire. I don't know what time I recorded part 1 of this, but I just wrote about 1,000 words, actually over 1,000 words, and it came out of me in a torrent. I have no idea why. As I said before, I was really psyched to write, and this is the thing that just really amazes me about the process. You know, it's really all there, and I just let myself do it, and I don't know. I can't even explain it. My heart's kind of beating. I remember the last time I felt this way about writing was when I actually saw Pulp Fiction at the movie theater. So it was someone else's writing, but it was when it first came out, and I went to the movies and I sat in the dark and watched that movie. And whatever you feel about it, the script is amazing. And I remember leaving the movie theater, my heart was pounding, and I was with a friend, and we went and had some food afterwards, and I think there was like we went to this Italian restaurant, and we just downed this big bowl of pasta in 20 minutes. We were so jazzed, and we had so much energy, and we were so psyched about the writing, and I just felt that way about my own. So it's anybody's guess, or I should say it's anybody's opinion, whether later, whether the writing I did was any good. But man, it felt good doing it. So maybe I'll be back in a second, or in a few minutes, or in a couple of hours, and wind down day 27 and let you know how it all ended up for me. All right, bye. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to part 3 of day 27. I wrote tonight. I'm very happy. Almost 4,000 words, which gives me a total of 42,776. And what I thought I would do is read from what I wrote tonight real quick. And that's what I'm going to do. I said, "Fuck you," Joe spat and reached into his belt for his gun. He found nothing but shirt. He looked around wildly and saw the pistol across the floor. He started to crawl toward it, but Tommy fell on him and began pummeling his body. Joe raised his hands to ward off the blows even as he scrambled to get the gun. But Tommy was younger and stronger and kept hitting him. He felt like he couldn't stop. All his rage, disappointment, and hurt fell like red rain down on Joe's face and his chest through Tommy's fists. The tears of rage blurred his eyes, and Joe's face morphed somehow into Tommy's father's. Tommy kept hitting, breaking his father's nose. He heard the crunch under his fist and his cheek. His father spit blood at him, and Tommy increased his attack, focusing on the mouth, cracking teeth, splitting his own knuckle. the pain shooting up through his hand and into his arm, but he kept on. The pain was nothing. Tommy had felt pain before. He'd felt it on his head, on his ass, on his belly. He'd felt his fucking father's anger and hatred all over his body. He could use his own anatomy to chart his father's disgust. Still, Tommy kept hitting, just like he'd been hit almost every day of his life for 17 years. 17 times 365 times X. X being the number of blows John Drew chose to rain down on Tommy's body. It happened so often and in such varying degrees of intensity that X remained the variable that Tommy couldn't calculate. Joe Grimes was a bloody pulp underneath Tommy's fists, but still, Joe breathed, and somehow, maybe because of the heroin that coursed through his veins, he managed to remain conscious and to reach weakly for the gun. It was a pathetic, childlike stretch of his pained and broken fingers. Tommy had crushed a few of the bones in the hand Grimes held up to block the punches, and yet it was enough to bring Tommy around to see what the man was doing. Just as Grimes's hand touched the handle of the 9mm, Tommy brought his fist down again on his twisted fingers, breaking a few more, and the wounded drug dealer recoiled. Tommy grabbed the gun instead and shoved it into the swollen purple flesh of Joe Grimes's cheek. Grimes shrank back as far as his strength and the floor behind his head would allow, and awaited the bullet he figured would at the very least end the limitless pain that was his world now. Tommy's finger lightly touched the trigger, almost in slow motion, as he pushed the barrel into the soft cheek flesh. He wanted to pull. He needed to pull. He could sense the firing mechanism striking the bullet casing, igniting the gunpowder inside, which would push the bullet tip out, spiraling down the gun's barrel and out the end with a flash, the gunpowder residue blackening the flesh on Grimes's cheek, just as the bullet entered his skin and drilled down through the facial bones and into the brain. Then a brain leak, a brain death, and an end to the pathetic, useless, dangerous life of a drug dealer, drug user, Joe Grimes.